Okay. All right, we're recording. Welcome to our first Monday Zoom. Some of you guys were on a couple weeks ago when we did our transition training, but thanks again for joining us. This is our first official first Monday Zoom. We're going to do this every Monday. We're committed to it. Our group of leaders we have various topics in mind that we're going to cover. And this week we're going to talk about parties. I do have an agenda ready. But I want to play a game first. There will be a prize, and we're going to play a little bit of trivia, a little bit of new catalog trivia. So that's why I was asking you if you know where your chat is. So we're going to be answering in the chat. So it's almost like new catalog trivia, who knows the most / fastest fingers. Get a new catalog out. If you have one, take a second, I'll give you a minute. Get a new catalog, or go on your phone, go on your, if you are on Zoom on your phone, I think you can like minimize it and go to another app or web page. I think I've done that before, but you can go on the workstation go to your personal website. If you have a personal website, if you don't have a PWS, I think you should get one, but you may be able to find it on Scentsy.com. But if you go to your PWS, scroll down to the very bottom, and you can click on View My Catalog. And there's a flippable catalog where you can go you have to go page by page. If you have a paper one, it might be easier. Hopefully everybody has theirs, but if not, you can look online, okay? So answer in the chat. First person to give the correct answer, I will say your name, mark your points down, and at the end, whoever has the most points is going to get a prize in the mail. Maybe in your email. I hope you guys who won last time got your emails, because that's actually where I sent your prize. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. You ready to type? Where is home office located? Where is Scentsy home office located? Oh, I saw it. I would have taken Meridian, Idaho or Boise, Idaho. Jess, you got that one. And if any of the directors get it, I'm probably, like, you can answer, but I probably will keep this to our team members so we can have some good prizes coming. You guys pretty good. And this is a learning game too. So, okay, next. What are Scentsy's 3 core values? We have 3 core values. You need all 3 of them correct. Probably is in the catalog somewhere if you don't have it memorized. Yes, generosity. She's laughing at herself. Okay, good. So, Arlena got it. Authenticity, simplicity, and generosity. Good job, guys. Looks like a lot of you knew it. Or maybe it's right here in the front. I'm not sure. Now we're going to get to some new catalog stuff, though. This one you may have to flip for, okay? I don't think anybody will know this off the top of their head. How many scents do our pods come in? How many scents do the pods come in? I had to count. Nobody's answered so far. Oh, Twyla, fast counter, fast to find that page. It was on page 51, by the way. 32. That's a good number. We've been wishing that they would have more now that like pods are becoming so popular, the mini fan diffuser, wall fan diffuser. So this is a good list. Okay, 32 is the number. Next, what is the newest addition to our body line? Somebody might know off the top of your head, but there is something new. Hey, Arlena got it. You guys got it. Sugar scrub. Sugar scrub. So we've had it, but it hasn't been official in the catalog until this, like right now, today. Okay, next question. How many mini fan diffuser colors do we have now? I almost said the answer a second ago. Oh, wow. Whoa, you guys are fast. Who was first? Jess, 6. 6, okay. I might have to say, see, what's our time at? We'll keep going. I got more questions. How much is the pick 3 fragrance flower bundle? How much does that cost? I like this catalog. The first page right past this has the bundle and saves. It's really big at the top. 45 US. Yeah, I forgot. I don't think I wrote down 60 Canada. I think, is that right? No, is that not right? Anyway, it's 45 US for the pick 3 fragrance flowers. She's looking like this. I thought I wrote down the correct number, but I might not be right. All right, we'll keep going. Is it down? Am I looking at the wrong place? What are you pointing at? I don't know what page that is. Monica, I don't know what page you're on. You're on the page with the fragrance flowers? You'll have to tell me later. Let's keep going. 41. Oh, it also is on page 41. Cool. That's cool. Okay, good. I didn't know that. Ooh. What are the shipment interval options for Scentsy Club? What are the options for timing, the intervals that you can go in between? There are 3. Ooh. Yeah. Let's give it, Shannon got it. Shannon got that one. Monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly. She typed it up. 1, 2, or 3 would be fine too. Okay. How much is a Wift box? You guys are fast, really fast. Wift box is, Anne Marie, you got it, 30. How much is a host exclusive starter kit? Let's see. Megan, you got it. 59 is the correct answer. Megan, rupee? Is it rupee? You got that. 59. And or less. Yes.
Rupee.
Rupee. Thank you, Kaylin. Rupee. I'm gonna remember that. Rupee. So or the host exclusive starter kit could cost less if they use some of their host rewards towards it. This is the last question. What is the only way to get a Wift box half price? Who knows? Anybody want to guess if you don't know? Oh, we already got some answers. Arlana, you said club. We'll take that, club. Okay. Count up your points. That was fun. I probably could have left you guys on, not on mute, but I was afraid of like feedback. Not feedback from you, you know what I mean? The sound. So who has over 2 points? Raise your hand. Are we all on one page? We're on 2 pages. You might have to say it in the chat too. Who's got over 2 points? Type me in the chat because I can't see everybody. Sorry. I'm not used to this many people. I might need to change next time how many people can be seen on one screen. I think I'm limited. I've got only 25. Okay, several have 3. So how about who has, I'm sorry, more than 2. Who has more than 3? Does anybody have more than 4 or 4 or more? Arlana, how many do you have? You have 3. Jess, how many did you get? Just 2? Is anybody have more than 3? Maybe type, I'm sorry. This is my first time doing this, y'all. Type how many in the comments or in the chat. Let's just say, how many did you get? That's what I should have said in the first place. Oh gosh. Just let's see who has the most overall. So I think it's Arlana. I think she's the name that I said the most. So I'm gonna write your name down and I'm gonna the first, sorry Megan. Yeah. Who was the first to type it and have it in the chat? Yeah. Megan, did you have 3? Were you the first? I'll message you later. Okay. Okay, we'll have a tie. All right, let's get going, you guys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so we wanted to talk about parties because they kind of are the lifeblood of our business as consultants, as Scentsy. Scentsy was started as a party planning company. I have to say that when I first started, was that 12 years ago, 2008, when I first started, we did a lot of parties. There's various types of parties, and I'm going to talk about the different kinds of parties that you can have. But I built my business mostly off of parties, and they weren't all like formal parties, but it was talking to the people that I know, networking with them, and getting to know their group of friends and their family. And then those people became my customers. And then, you know, like I can trace back some of my best customers to like somebody I met the first year that I joined, but it was like from a friend, from a friend, from a friend, from a friend, from a friend. And so a lot of times new consultants will say, or I mean, not even new consultants, sometimes I sit and I think, how am I going to meet some new people? Okay. So I said, I started off doing a lot of parties. And then over the years, it's like, I don't know if I was asking wrong. I don't know if my options I was giving people was wrong, or maybe I just stopped making it a priority. But over the last year, since everyone was stuck at home, we weren't really able to go and do as many parties, at least I wasn't. I have really, I guess since I've not been able to get out and meet new people or let people take my my borrow bag, my basket party around, I've really started doing a lot of Facebook parties. So let's just kind of cover some of the different kinds of parties first. So I just said Facebook parties. How many of you guys have heard of or done a Facebook party? Okay. How many of you have heard of or done a basket party where or given someone a borrow bag? Raise your hand. Something like this. I still call it a basket party, even though mine is, you know, a bag, clearly. How many of you have done a home party? Raise your hand. So this is like, I started mostly doing home parties. I still think they're really great. You get to see people face to face. How many of you have done a text party? Anyone? Got a few hands raised, some text parties. Okay. How many of you have ever suggested to somebody who is interested in buying, why don't I just open a shopping link for you, and then we'll see if any of your friends want to just buy from your link? That's still a party, I think. Okay, so there's lots of different options, so many different options. There is no one way, I don't think, that's best. I think it is important to find something that you love to do, that you can do, and just kind of pick one and kind of make that your focus. I also think it's okay to have maybe more than one. But for the purpose of like right now, like, why don't let's listen to the different options and then maybe select one that you really want to work on. So like I said, I was working on my Facebook party this last year, and you guys, you know what? Found a new passion for my business, met a lot of new people, and it was like the old days, kind of. I was able to recruit more. Because I met new people through this, so I have new customers. Whereas before, if I'm just still talking, if you're just following up with the same customers, the people in your same circle, you don't get very far. But whenever you can drop off this bag of testers with somebody, or you can connect through a Zoom party or a Facebook party with other people, like all of a sudden, the one person the host, has invited you into her or his circle, and there's maybe like 5 to 10 other people that now and they know you, and they could be potential customers. So there's all kinds of great benefits to having parties. So those are some of the kinds, and honestly, I keep calling it a party, which it is, but I've been calling my online ones scent events. And then whenever I do a basket party, I don't usually even make it like a formal thing. What I do is, and we'll talk about how to ask for a party soon, but mainly I'm like, hey, like I'm dropping this one off tomorrow. Hey, did you want to smell the new scents? I know you and your friends usually like to go in and order together. Do you want me to drop this off for you guys again? And like just super casual. And that's a party. Okay, so I've asked a few of our leaders if they would kind of share what they've been doing the last year, the last 6 months, as far as their parties go, so we can have an idea of different things that people do. Keep in mind, this is just kind of like a general idea type time. We're not going to be training on every little bit. At the very end of tonight, we're going to share some links for some actual trainings. So if you're wanting to dive into basket parties or Facebook or Zoom parties or something like that, then we will post that in the comments. And then whenever I email out the link to the recording, they'll be there again too, in case you miss it. And there might even be more in that than there are now. Okay, so Jen, do you want to go first? Can you unmute?
Okay, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, tell everybody
Okay.
where you are. Like,
hi. Hey everybody, I'm Jen. I know some of you probably know me. Amy is my director, and I've been part of this team for 10 years. I think I broke off, I don't know, Amy, maybe like a year ago, as a maybe a little bit before that, 2 years, but really in the last year I kind of broke off on my own. Amy was like, you're good, leave the nest, like you can do this. And so I did, and it's been great, and I've been really enjoying my team and all the things that have come with this last year. So when COVID hit in March, I was about to do a couple of in-home parties, and obviously that changed. And so I was still trying to figure out how I could service my customers and make, it the best for them. And so I was doing that. I was just doing like porch deliveries and maintaining. And then I decided, you know what, let's try a Facebook party again, because I had done them in the past over the last 10 years. And at one point they became kind of stale, and I kind of just gave up on them. I think like people asked me to do them, and I almost said like no, because they just were dead. So I was wondering, okay, how is it going to work now that we're home, now that we're Zooming? Like, is it going to be different? So I set up a party and just thought I'd give it a whirl. And I had a real fear, and Amy knows this, of going live. Like, I just did not want to go live. I absolutely hated it. Could not even imagine seeing myself on camera talking to people. I was like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. So I started little by little with my first Facebook party. I won't forget it. And I started doing lives every day, but I wasn't really live like this. I was live with my camera going through my house, showing different Scentsy items in my house each day. So what I decided to do, instead of a Facebook live party where you did your whole entire life in one night, I would do lives every day. So I did a 5-day party, started on a Monday, ended on a Friday. And each day I would go live about the items that we were talking about. So like day 1 would be wax and warmers. Day 2 would be pods and wall diffusers and all the things that go with pods. And I would just start showing, them the things in the house. So like, and sometimes I'll come on here and show them like this, like I'm doing right now. But most of the time I'll go into my bathroom where it's hooked up. I'll pop this off. I'll show them the pods. I'll let them know how it works, why I want 2 pods, how long they last per each pod, all that good stuff. I give them all the information, because I just feel like with Facebook parties, you still wanted that interaction. So I felt like lives were like a huge way for me to interact with the customers, people that didn't even know me. Most of the people that were being added to these parties didn't know me, and they were all new customers, which was a huge blessing and amazing. So I would just go through the house and I would just show whatever I had that corresponded with those posts that I was making that day. And I just felt really super connected. First of all, I think people love seeing people's houses. and they love seeing things in real life. So I felt like that was super important to include those things. And even if you're not comfortable going live like this, and showing all the products like this, you can definitely just put your camera the other way. It was COVID. I had roots. I didn't, put clothes on. I would go in my pajamas and just start my camera live and walk around the house. I would clean, it was a nice setting. I do believe that things should look nice in order for people to enjoy them. So I would set the scene definitely. But I would show a different thing every day. And sometimes I would just show like how to change wax, like keeping it really simple and just interacting every single day. And that's about it. So at the end of the 5 days, I would do a little free giveaway. You didn't have to purchase to do it or anything like that. I would just keep it real fun, do a wheel spin, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. And the parties were going really, really, really well. So that's kind of my glimpse into the Facebook party for me.
Thanks for sharing that, Jen. That was a lot of good info. I have a couple of questions. One, did you use a Facebook group and a host invited everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did decide a group environment was easier, and because I was posting via posting visually. At first I wasn't, but I started off with groups, and once I switched to a posting source like visually, it was just easier to do a group, but we had always done groups.
Okay. And then how long do your parties run typically whenever you do that?
5 days. I run on Monday through Friday.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll have you come back in a minute. We're going to talk about like how you ask for parties, but let's hear from Denise and then we'll bring you back to talk about that.
Okay.
So, Denise, tell us about the party and tell us about you real quick.
Okay, I'm Denise Giardinay. I'm in Kyle, Texas. I've been on with Scentsy for about 9 years. And I just want to say, wasn't transition amazing today? No glitches. It was amazing. You clicked on, everything was there. Yay. That was a good day. I'll just start off by saying that when my first 8.5 years, I was the home party queen, and I would do 4 to 6 home parties a month. That is what my business was built on. Loved it. That's what my recruiting was based off of, and basket parties. Home parties and basket parties, but majority of my business was home parties. So when COVID hit, and Amy knows this, I was like, oh, this isn't going to last long. I'm just going to glide through with my loyal customers. It'll be fine. And I'm being honest here. I'll just glide through, I'll be able to get sales and he was like, you might want to try something different. And I was like, no, I'm going to hold out for Facebook parties for home parties, and all my events were getting canceled. Of course, all my home parties. So this is embarrassing. About August, I finally realized I can't do this off of loyal customers. I've got to develop another way to do this. Now, I have to say, I don't do a lot of prep work. And mine is a little bit different, okay? So I'm going to give you my first biggest key is that you need to ask every single customer for their wish list. How you get a party is from somebody's wish list. And my team members that are on here know this. Right now, you should be booming to book parties, because every single catalog that I mailed out, and I've mailed out about 75 so far, I had a little stickiness and says, don't forget to make your wish list. So when I call them back to follow up on getting a gathering, I don't call it a party, I say, what's your wish list? And they'll name all these things. Denise, I can only get this and this. No problem. Let's set up that link and get you that stuff free and half price. That's how I get people to do stuff for me. I don't say, do you want to do a party? People go, no, bad, no, party, no, I don't want to do Facebook. I've had one before, it didn't go good. No. Ask everybody for a wish list. I'm really serious about this. Everybody has a wish list. Don't we all have wish lists? Our customers do too, especially now when everything's new and they want everything. Okay. So that's how you get it. That's how you get somebody to say, yeah. The last event I had that was a party online, I actually, this is so funny. The woman ended up doing a party. It was probably my second highest party. I flipped the party, and last month she was our #1 sales on our team. And I say that because if you had asked me that when I asked her to do her wish list, I never would have thought that. Okay. So what I do is a little different. I make an event. Okay. I create the event on the Facebook, and I coach the hostess so much. I spend so much time coaching the hostess because in most cases they make or break your party for you, in my experience. So I asked her to do all the inviting. And as she invited, I shot those people catalogs and a couple samples. She invited like 30 some people to the party, but I didn't have time to mail them all catalogs. But you guarantee the people that I did were the first ones to order. So as I say, I do things real easy. I told them we were going to run it for 2 weeks. And this is what I do with everybody. And it's like, okay, 2 weeks, and I'm only going to go live twice. So if you want to catch me, you got to catch me one of those 2 times. And so I start out posting very interactive. Okay, I'm going live on Wednesday. What do y'all want to see? I ask them, what do you want to see? When you ask people, they're going to give you the input, and guess what? Then they're going to be on there. Oh, we want to see the, whatever, the Yoda Buddy, whatever. That was impossible. But so then guess what? I show it. Every time, and these are just key things, the rest of it's basics. Every time somebody ordered, I blasted it out on there. Thanks, Jess, for ordering. You're going to love that scent. What did everybody ask? What scent? What did she pick? Why? Ladies and gentlemen, it's the power of suggestion. And I'm going to tell you, with any party you have in this smelling business that we have, that we are not being able to be around people, you've got to have the power of suggestion. My 9 bars are sitting right here, my new releases, and I've been smelling them 3 or 4 times a day to decide what they smell like, what I'm recommending. So when I'm telling somebody, guess what? Oh my gosh, make a splash. It's amazing. Power of suggestion. They can't get it under their noses with a Facebook party, one of the downfalls, but you can suggest, and know your scents. There is no better time right now to learn your scents than now through COVID, and we're still in it. You got to know what to suggest. You got to know what people. Okay, so when people ordered, thank you so much. And then guess what? When they're ordered shipped, and I take very few orders. I let them do it all online, so I'm no work. Okay, I tell them, guess what, Jen, your order's shipping. It's going to get there tomorrow. And then somebody else goes, dang, when's my order coming? Oh, I need to hurry up and order. I mean, it's just the camaraderie that you keep going. Then when it gets kind of quiet, I shot the hostess a little note and said, hey, you need to get the talk going. What do you want to talk about? She said, bathroom cleaner. So she gets on there and talks about bathroom cleaner. So to me, I need 2 weeks to do that because I am constantly, trying to keep them revved up. Occasionally through there, I offer an incentive for somebody to book another party. And I'll say, tonight, if you message me between 6 and midnight, you're going to get a gift for booking a party to include all the free and half house stuff you got. So I got 3 bookings from this particular party in December because I offered incentives to them. Didn't cost me anything. So hostess coaching, wish list. Like Amy said, I couldn't agree with her more. Don't use the word party. Don't use the word party, because party just, people go, ugh, party. So, you can go live more. I go live twice. I ask them what they want to see. And then you get your next party from that event. Like, I don't give up till I get another party from that event. Another thing on basket parties, I'll just say this is kind of sneaky what Amy said. Right now, like, I buy 6 transition testers. They were real cheap last month. So like, I text some people today, hey, you want to smell the new testers? Yes, I'd love to. Just what Amy said. They get them. I don't ask them, until after they make their list. And I said, hey, you got a couple friends you want to share them with? Yeah, I do. Share them. They share them. And I say, hey, if you get a couple more friends, I'll let you keep the transition set. Because honestly, with COVID, I don't want them back. I'm paranoid. So I say, hey, so if they got 6 people, they can keep them. And then it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. That's the best I can tell you. And I hope that COVID goes away because, ladies, I want to be doing home parties again. I love home parties. There's nothing like it. So that's it.
I love it. You shared so many good things. I have some notes, so thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I will say too, there have been times where, yes, I do the exact same thing. Hey, I got my new scents. The new catalog is live now. Do you want me to drop those off so you can smell them? And then once they have them, I say, you know, do you want to keep them a few days? If you want to, do you have anybody at church or, you know, family that might want to do it too, then you can get some stuff for you to have price, especially once you hear what they want. You can say, well, do you want to, especially you guys, another thing too is if you've got somebody coming to you and they're ordering $100, you're halfway there. Do you know anybody else who might want anything? Because you're like halfway to getting some free and half price stuff. So that's another thing too. I thought that I might share my basket party real quick for somebody who is interested, since we did talk a lot about Facebook or Zoom. I know some people are kind of steering away from Facebook even. So even giving your host a link for a Zoom event and letting them share that, you know, type up a little something for them that says, I'm having a Scentsy Zoom where my consultant's going to show us all the new stuff. She's going to give us scent recommendations. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff I didn't even know about. I'm really excited. I hope you'll join me on Zoom on this night. You could even say there'll be game or prizes or who knows. But, you know, a text, you could text like that and that can be that. So let me show you guys this real quick. So this is about ready. I need a new buddy from this new catalog, but it's really fun to stick something like this on here. They're not always the same what I do, but this is a bag with samples of the scent of the month. I'm giving the host a bar of the scent of the month because I get it. That's just a gift. I say, use this and then you can keep it. And then this, they can give, there's 10. So they can give this to 10 people. This is another, it's a talking point. Okay. So when I do events, I hand out samples. If I'm standing at a table, I used to say, hey, would you like a Scentsy sample? It's the same thing. My host can now not feel so pushy, but it's a way for her to bring up the conversation. Hey, do you want a Scentsy sample? I'm doing a little, you know, I borrowed my consultant's testers or I'm doing a party, whatever they want to say. And she gave me some samples to hand out. Do you want one? And do you need to order, you know, like, and that will usually start a conversation. Just a few catalogs. Usually I do about 5. And then in order form, you know what I've been doing lately? I've not been typing up a big page with information or anything. I've just been casually telling my host, hey, will you just snap a picture of the order form for me once you have everybody's items and I'll send you their total. And then they can Venmo me, they can Square Cash me, or Cash App, PayPal, or I can give her information on how to write a check. I mean, I can do credit cards too, but you know, it's just sometimes so easy to use Venmo and all that kind of stuff. And people trust that. So yeah, like I make it super easy now for my host. Just send me pictures of all these and I'll tell you the totals. Or you can let them know how to do all that. But I just found like, it's almost easier if I do it myself. Then I've got all my testers in here. They are by category in little bags. You know, this big one, but then I have these little bags from Amazon and my 8-year-old. I hate transitioning my testers. She did this and I was like, I'm going to pay you. She was like, I like doing this. I only had to pay her $1, you guys. I felt like I was cheating her out of, like, I ended up paying her more for another job later, but yeah. So these are all my citrus scents. These are just tied so I can change them with the season, but you can get these little kind of anything. These are from Amazon. And then the last thing is I try to put some products that they can use, you know, whether they're at home or if they're at work or wherever. So hand cream. And then I always now put a wall fan diffuser with 2 brand new pods in there if I can. I try to keep track of like how old they are so they can be super strong and good. But yeah, a wall fan diffuser, or you could do a mini fan diffuser, but get the product in their, under their nose, you know? Okay, I wanted to say one more thing. So that's my basket party right there. I just give it to them. They keep it for like a week maybe. And then I'm like, hey, can I have that back? I am going to quarantine my testers for a while, so I know that like I feel good about handing them off to the next person. I don't know what home they've been in or whatever, but I want to share something else. Okay. I'm not one who does a lot of monthly mailings for my customers, so I'm not an expert on mailing things. When you guys see my Facebook party stuff, I'll post the link here in a little bit. I use Visly, and in my email that I send out with this recording, I will include, I think, a Visly link for our team. So you can use Visly is like it posts your party for you. You connect it to your if you're doing Facebook, you connect it to your Facebook group, you schedule, you have like a template, and then you schedule when they go out and they just automatically post. Now Facebook does that for you. If you have a group set up, you can go in and schedule posts. But guys, if you have 1 to 2 parties every single week, that's a lot of parties to schedule. That's a lot of time. So last fall, I did it one time, and then I can just use that every single party I have. It has a place where there's like keywords. So the host's name, the party day, like specific things, you can just go in and like change that on your template, but you can share templates, which is what's so great about Visly. So we'll share a Visly template. Hopefully, I don't have mine set up. I was booking parties and then thought, I'll just do it when I get there. Let's book parties first. So if somebody has one, you can share it. I'm sure I'll be able to find one that another consultant has, or I'll have mine ready by then. But there's Visly, there's all kinds of really cool tools. And I've got a video where I talked about my party packs, the things that I send to the first 10 people plus the host who fill out a form. I get all of their information and then I send them a party pack. It's got samples in it. So I talk about that in one of the trainings, and I'll include that here. But oh, I was talking about mailings. So I'm not a huge, I don't do like monthly mailings like some of you guys do. I think those are awesome. I just haven't. But I don't think you have to be super crazy about your party packs. You know, I kind of went all in and I send them like some, you know, decent samples, but I spend a little bit of money sending those. I think felt samples, guys, do felt samples mail with one like 70-cent non-machinable stamp, a butterfly stamp? Okay, so this is not even a felt sample. Can I show you guys? There's a group called All About Samples that have all these things made up. I just buy the same size labels. I go to Avery, download this stuff. There's an awesome Facebook group. We'll hook you up with that. But Scentsy has these, or you can cut your own. I had my 8-year-old help me cut off little itty bitty pieces of wax, and I don't even dip them anymore. I heard somebody else say this, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so in the winter, they just got little bitty pieces of wax, right, Anne-Marie, in the little bags. But in the summer, I'm gonna go ahead and put the felt in there. So if it does melt, it melts onto the felt. But you don't have to spend the time. If you want to make them look pretty, it's okay. It's fine. If that's something you find joy in, it's not something I find joy in. So I was just fast. I saw someone else do it and I was like, that's genius. So if you want to be able to get like just a sample, maybe you can send this and like a product sheet. I send showcase brochures, but those are a little bit bigger. You could just, you know, fold up one of those big product sheets. It has everything on there with one of these and send that in a regular envelope for a 70-cent stamp. You could send that to everybody that's, you know, coming to your party. So that's an idea. That's an idea. Okay. We are going to spend the last little bit talking about how to ask for parties. So can you guys give like quick examples, Jen and Denise? How about Jen first? You're muted.
Sorry. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Well, when I first started, I didn't have a party to grab people from. So the first bookings that I got were actually just from a social media post asking who's ready to party. Like, it was really short and really basic. I did say the word party. I still do. I haven't really come away from that too much. But it worked. I got one, I think, from that. And then from there, I do what Denise was just talking about. I book from the parties. So I think just a really quick, I don't know if you have a VIP group or on your regular page or whatever you use for business purposes, ask there. Just do a quick ask who wants to get some of these new items from the catalog for free or half off, or I don't even think I went into that. I think I just said, who wants to party with me and grab some Scentsy goodies? Like, I think I kept it to like one sentence and did like a funny little guy going like this or something. I kept it really basic, got one from that. And then from there, every single time I got another party was from that party. So I made a really specific thing, like Denise talked about. I did do a booking thing where you could pick a number, and I put like a little picture up with bags, even though I didn't really have any of those bags. And it said 1, 2, or 3. And I said, just pick a number. If you book today, you'll get the prize in that bag. And then I made it like a mini warmer. So, and I just kept booking and booking and booking for a good 6 months from each party. And then on another topic, I'm sure we'll cover soon, but most of those hosts are now on my team. So that was an added bonus that I learned a lot about this year too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that for sure soon.
Yeah.
Okay, Denise, do you have anything to add to what you've already shared? No?
No, I think I kind of told what I did, and I don't use the word party. I try to stay away from it. And like I said, I really focus on, let's work off your wish list, etc. So not really. I don't have anything else to add.
Okay. So guys, we're going to spend the next 15 minutes seeing if we can get some parties. All right. And it's going to be a little competition, little friendly competition here. We're going to see who can have the most parties booked from scratch. So if you've already got some on your calendar, those don't count. So starting right now, message some people, text some people, see if anybody will get a party booked with you, and I'll give a prize to whoever can get the most booked by the end. Whoever has the most yeses. Best to have a date, but if you get a solid yes by the time you end, we're good. So a couple more examples. I wanted to share some examples of how you ask, so you guys had some things to think about. So I'll share some more things while you're thinking, while you're typing. And you type it out, make it personal, say their name, ask about their family or something, like make it personal. But then the next time you can copy and paste the majority of it and just personalize it for the next person. So you don't have to start from scratch every time. But something else that you can do is what I did for my previous hosts was I said, hey, I'm getting ready to mail you a new catalog, but I just thought, do you want me to go ahead and mail you a party pack? Do you want to do the same thing we did last fall and get some more free and half price stuff? I'll just go ahead and mail you your party pack right now. So that was one thing I did. I got a couple parties booked from that. Or I think Kaylin was the one who shared this at our last Zoom, where she said, go through, make a list of, you've got somebody who loves bling, like, you write their name down in this catalog, or you make a list and then you text them and say, oh my gosh, we got this new thing. It made me think of you immediately, like the succulent, our aloe vera warmer. People who love plants, like, we have this warmer, it really made me think of you. So I wanted to connect you. I want to send you a new catalog, and then say, do you want to go ahead? Do you think you might have any friends that might want to order too? And then say, I can get you some free and half price stuff.
Amy.
Yes.
Real quick, one thing I forgot to say is a lot of our warmers are like the $45, $50 range now. And a lot of my customers are picking those warmers and then asking the price. And I tell them, it's $50. And they're like, ooh, gosh, if I was rich, And then at that moment, that is like the perfect moment for me to say, let's get it for half off. Let's get it for free. I go, let's do this, and just whip that price into a party super, super quick. And it has worked really, really well for me too.
I love that. That's great. Does anybody else have something they want to share while we're all working on sending or crafting our questions? Sure. Rebecca.
So when they brought the cylinder thermal bags into the Success Store for your testers, I got one of those, and they have, like you have from Amazon, the individual baggies, but they're plastic, and it has the fragrance family already stamped on the side. I actually took that to the dentist office and left it there with a party opened in the dentist office name. And I almost chickened out when I first walked in. I kind of like backed out for a second. And then as I was leaving, I was like, you know what? I have to do it, because if I don't, I'll regret it later and I'll be mad at myself. So I went ahead and I was like, hey, do you guys want our fall winter scent season is here? Are you guys interested? And whoever wants to be the hostess can get the host rewards from it. And they're like, yeah, sure. So when we had the lantern warmer of the month, I gave them that flyer, and they all fell in love with it, but it was out of stock at the time. And so I'm doing that again this coming Monday. My kids have an appointment. So one of them, I told him, he's like, that warmer came back and they've actually changed it a little bit. So it's available again. She was so excited. So I'm going to be taking my bag of testers and taking it to her for the spring summer catalog. So
That's so great.
I'm so excited.
I'm proud of you for stepping out and doing
Thanks.
that.
I'm proud of myself too. I always chicken out because there was also some other patients in there. So I'm like, oh gosh. But yeah.
Another thing I was thinking, I have not seen that the cylinder tote. I don't think I've actually seen it in person, or I can't remember. But it made me think, you don't have to have all of the testers, right? Anything under their nose is better than nothing. And even if you don't have anything, you can still make it work. Like, we're doing these Zoom parties and Facebook parties, and you can get on there, and I usually will have like a stack of testers on my live, and not testers, a stack of bars depending on the season. And I'll say, here's my top 6-pack, my customers' favorites, my favorites. Here's what we're loving right now. And I try to have a variety of different scents, not just my own personals, but and I'll just smell them for them. It's usually how I get started on my parties. As I'm like waiting for people to join, I'll just say, this will be recorded too. You can go back and watch live, but I'll just sit and smell and be like, this smells a little bit like banana, and I'll just go through and give them some ideas. Has anybody gotten a party booked yet?
Oh, not today. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're talking about right now. Sorry.
Yeah, right now. We've got 10 minutes left, and I really think we should use this time to book some parties. Oh, Rebecca. Oh, Megan Rupe, you're showing the little cylinder. Thank you. Do they all fit in there?
Yes, they do.
Well, now I want to get those.
Cool.
That's
The
really cool.
fruity category is the fullest. The one with the strawberry, it's completely full.
Like overflowing.
It has a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so
really
cute.
cool.
I love that. I like using these bags. I don't remember who suggested this. I think I get all my great ideas from Superstar director Christina Stainbrook. This was probably her idea. But to use a clear bag so that if they do go to work or church or wherever, it's clear and people can see what's in it. And it's a good way, easy way to start the conversation. But like that tester tote can go into, and it's a conversation starter on its own, honestly. Anne Marie got a text party. Yoo-hoo! Good job.
Yay!
I'm so glad. I can't wait to help you figure all that out and get it going.
Yeah, Amy, I used to have my testers in the box, the display box that they gave us at one of our conventions. And when I went and redone my transition and redone it all, it and packed it, and I was like, this feels overwhelming and very huge and bulky. So and then when you showed your bag, I got anxiety. So for me, if it's too big or overwhelming, personally, I can't do it. I won't do it. And so when I saw the cylinder tote, I was like, that's perfect. It's small enough that I can carry it almost like a purse. So that works better for me personally, because otherwise I'll back out and not do it.
Yeah. Thank you for
So.
sharing. Everybody's different and everyone's going to do something differently. I will say there have been times when all I did give was this with some catalogs and an order form stuffed into it. I have done that before too.
Amy,
Yes.
just something funny. This was right before the holidays. The cylinder tote, I have one, I love it. And I gave it to somebody to sniff, and her and her girlfriend both wanted one for makeup. They thought it was so cool. They wanted to have it for makeup to go. And so I was like, well, they're really only for consultants. I said, but I'll tell you what, if you both put up a shopping link and get some orders, I'll give it to you for half price. I mean, I said, it's going to say Scentsy on it. They go, oh, we don't care. We'll refer people to you. And I was like, okay. They said, I want it for my makeup. So I made it win-win. I got them one and got it half price, and they both got links and got some orders.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was funny.
Cool. Monica, you can unmute. I think I can do it.
So I sent out some sample boxes here recently, and in my sample boxes, I made personalized notepads, and they were really inexpensive. Of course, I work at a printer's office, but all you have to do is print on a piece of paper, cut them down, and as long as they're all the same size, it's not going to matter if they match up. And take some Elmer's glue and paint on the short edge, and you can make it personalized with their names on it, and put it in the bags and say, make your wish list here.
That's a good idea. Do we still have wish lists in our store too? I love your personalized ones because I have one. But we used to have wish lists that you could put actually in, like, Scentsy had them pre-printed and stuff too. They're just
Whenever I had my party with you a long time ago, you gave me some, but it's just a personal touch.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
I loved it.
Their names are on it,
Are you guys texting? Are you messaging? Are you asking? Good. I mean, it's the best time. You're already committed to spending this hour with us all together, right? We figured we should spend it doing the most productive thing, which would be to get some parties. And if you're nervous, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing, they did not cover everything, I need to know everything first. Talk to people, get it on your calendar. It's going to hold you accountable. You're going to be committed to it, and it's going to give you an end date. Sometimes we can spend a lot of time setting all this stuff up, thinking, okay, like, I know for me, like, now I've heard these people doing these party packs, to the guests. Well, what do I want to put in it? You could spend a lot of time perfecting it, but like, let's just get some parties booked, and then you can figure it out. You will. You will. You have to. Once you get it booked, you have to do it. And your hosts are going to be, if it's people that customers, I mean, they're people right now. So they're going to be understanding as you're working it out. Yeah, I can't wait to, Denise, home parties. You guys, you should know this. I get nervous every single time. Every single time I do a home party, on my way there, I got to psych myself up. I remember the first couple of years, I had this CD from a network marketing speaker, and it was about parties, and here's your goals. You want to always ask for parties. You want to have the goal for this much sales. And I would just like listen to that on the way to pump myself up. Still to this day though, I get nervous, so nervous before I hit go on my lives. Like Jen was talking about, like she was just scared to do them, and now she doesn't. Once you get started, it's natural. But I mean, I get a little nervous. Like, are people going to show up? What are they going to think? Like, as long as you're you, if you're doing a live, as long as you're you and you are just genuine, it's going to be fine. Don't think you have to have some big presentation memorized. I have a list so I don't forget. Since I do a 30-minute Facebook Live or a Zoom Live, I have a list that just says, here's what I'm going to talk about. Home parties, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've had everything written down. I kind of know my thing. But there's something about like being on the camera where you're just like, so yeah, I have a list, like talk about this, talk about this, talk about this. And I just have like a couple of words so I know to go down on my list and do it.
Hey, Amy, I don't know if you guys have ordered the product training guide, but if you guys haven't ordered this and you're afraid to do parties, this little thing right here is awesome. It goes through and it's color coded up here, and it has every category in our catalog listed, and it tells you basically exactly what to talk about, so you don't leave anything out. These are golden if you have not ordered one.
Thank you for sharing that. Yes. And what, they're like $2 or $3, right?
I can't remember what they were, but that's something I always add
Me
to
too.
my order.
And I think, is it on the workstation too, if you don't want to have it printed?
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know that. I thought you meant, can you order from the workstation side? Or from the, can you add it to a party? I don't know if you can print it or not, but they're golden.
I agree. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, Megan has 3 that agreed to do a shopping link. Woo woo! That's so great. Okay. How many? Oh, Irene says yes, you can download it. Okay, so how many of you guys are still texting, messaging, or you've texted some and not heard back yet? Can you show me? Yes. Okay, let's do this. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. If you are working on this, I would like for you to email me by 9 o'clock tomorrow night. You have 24 hours, 9 o'clock Central Time, and tell me how many parties you have yeses for. And the most is going to get the winner. I want you to keep working on it. Okay. We only had 15 minutes. It was a good 15 minutes. It was a good start, but I bet we can think of some more. I have 2 that responded so far to my messenger post and both said yes. Oh my gosh, that's great. Ashley, that's so great. I'm putting my email right here. Copy and paste that somewhere. Simplicity@gmail.com. If you can't remember it, send me a Facebook message and ask for my email. But I'm going to keep track of it in my email, all in one place. Don't message me how many you booked, or you can, but I'm going to tell you to email me. Okay, next, I think, so I made a little, I'm going to copy and paste some of my links that I have trainings for 30-minute Facebook Live. It's a little different from this one that I did. So I've like evolved over time. And then there's a party packs training that we did. And then there's one about Visly and Pirate Ship and Google Forms. I'm going to post those right here. I wonder if it'll work. So you can copy and paste these right now if you want to watch, if you're interested in those things. Honestly, Heather Gorsuch is where I got my information about Facebook parties, and Christina Stainbrook. Both of them have awesome trainings on YouTube. Those are their names. I think I spelled Gorsuch wrong, but you can go look. Also, time is up, but I'm going to email everyone in our group the recording for this video. It might not be tomorrow, you guys. It might be Wednesday, but I'm going to email this out, and included will be a lot of links for trainings. We're going to compile a list, and I'm going to have some more in there, hopefully. So thank you for joining us, and don't forget to email me. I want to know how many parties you booked, okay? Congratulations for those of you guys who already got some parties booked. I'm really proud of you. So excited for you too. So join us next month. We'll be back. I forgot what the date is. It's the first Monday of the month, and we'll have a new training topic for you. All right. See you guys. Good night. Thanks to our leaders for stepping up and sharing some stuff too. Bye, guys.
Bye.